Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss the latest tea in the latest celebrity tea in the news. I'm your host, Auntie Derek, and today is Friday, September 19th. So I have some wonderful co-hosts on the mic with me today. Starting with my girl I Chill. We have my Jamaican Queen, my Libra Queen, and my gorgeous Moon. Hey, ladies.
What's up?
Hey.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. I think maybe Gorgeous Moon might be in the middle of working, and that's okay because she's a busy girl on the go. But because we're all busy on the go, so I'm just not to even waste anybody's time. But let's go ahead and get started with the tea, honey. Chili.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's tea time.
I was gonna say, up, girl.
I had a little moment.
Well, you know who else is having a moment? Cardi B.
Oh yes.
She released that album today that I'm not going to be listening to. However, and she just announced her pregnancy with Gail King. So, what we are learning though, her baby daddy is currently in another paternity dispute with another model. And y'all see, I just shared this TMZ article. Stefan Diggs in paternity dispute with model as he awaits baby with Cardi B.
Hmm.
So a model has alleged in court documents obtained by TMZ Sports that Stefan Diggs is the father of her month-old baby. But the NFL star says he's not certain the child is his. Aileen LaPera, an influencer who goes by Lord Giselle on her social media pages, claimed in a petition to determine parental relationship in Los Angeles County back in December of 2024 that Diggs was the father of their unborn child. And it's a pretty child, by the way. In Diggs' response, when she filed in mid July, he stated he wasn't sure if he was the parent of the little girl, who was ultimately born in April. Diggs requested genetic testing to officially make the determination. A stipulation that was signed by a judge on July 17th shows both LaPera and Diggs were required to submit to genetic testing, though it is not yet known if either has taken the test yet or what the results were if they did. We reached out to Diggs' attorney, Tulo Momtaz, on Thursday, but she had no comment on the matter. Meanwhile, LaPera's lawyer, Tamer Armanak, said in a statement, said in a statement the U.S. Sun this week, "My client looks forward to the day Mr. Diggs acknowledges and provides for his infant daughter in Los Angeles. The battle all comes as Diggs awaits his first child with his current girlfriend, Cardi B." The outside rapper, as you know, announced her pregnancy with Diggs on Wednesday. And while the New England receiver didn't want to comment much on it while he was at work with the Patriots, he did say on social media he hoped the bun in the oven was a boy. Diggs has one other child, Nova, an 8-year-old girl.
Mm.
Honey. A
This is
ghetto
so
five Brady bunch.
messy.
Man,
Hmm.
out of all the men in the world, you had to pick one and make him knock you up that have two other children. One is a paternity suit. I mean, honey, take a page out of what's the girl with the paw print on her bra on her breast?
Eve.
Eve. Take a page out of Eve book. You see where Eve went to go find her husband? Millionaire. Europe. No drama. Come on, man. Come on, Carly. You know I like you, but lately you've been just spiraling. Like I don't understand. I'm disappointed. I am. She has a healthy and safe delivery and a healthy baby, and I hope she don't have no drama with this foolishness. Cause this is drama right here.
Of course, she's going to have drama with the foolishness because look at the foundation. It already starts with foolishness. He got two women pregnant at the same, well, not at the same time, rather, but he has a newborn, and now he's about to have another one, all
What?
in within what, a year.
Right.
I know
She
this.
got a nigga only pie. I'm gonna just put that out there, okay?
Oh,
You know,
She need to be like, she could have just hit it and dip, hit and dip.
I think their pregnancies overlapped a little bit. You
Yeah,
know, I
and,
think the
and
article I saw that baby said the baby was 5 months old. So, I mean, maybe at the beginning of Cardi's pregnancy, she might have just had the baby or something. But it's just, I just, and I like them as a couple. Don't get me wrong; he seems to be love bombing her, and they seem to be happy. But uh, I, I just think it's a little fast for you're not divorced. You found a new man. You've been dating what a year, and now you're about to have the baby. Not you just got pregnant. Your baby's due in February. Like what?
I wanted to be very clear. I wanted to be on the record that as a fellow Libra, this I get back on several different levels.
Yeah.
Mind you, this is to the extreme because I'm not popping out no baby for no nigga. Um, but I want it on record that Stefan Diggs apparently is that man's favorite player, was that nigga's favorite player, and
Oh,
was playing
really?
for his favorite team. So you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like when you cross a Libra taking it to hell. And you know what? She ate that. She ate that little thing. And she loved baby. She want a baby. Cool girl, do you,
That's a
you
whole
love
lot of
it.
get back. Whole lot of get back, Queen.
Listen, I can't tell her she wrong for taking it that far because you know what I'm saying? I support the shenanigans. I'm not having no baby though, but I support the
oh,
shenanigans.
I'm with chill. That's too much right there.
Well, at
You,
least she can support it if they break up or whatever. She can support it and
but
all of that.
man, another man that is not in the life of their children. Like, like, come on, Cardi, you could do better. You
Yeah.
could
she
do
don't want better, honey. Look at how many times she done got back with Offset.
Okay, so you could do better. You bounce from the frying pan into the flame, and like you're a mother now.
Maybe
You
she want a lot of children, Marcia. I don't know.
she's a mother now. This is how you want your daughter to see you as? Come on, honey, do better for you.
Child,
Yeah.
please. And y'all see, I just shared this another article about Stefan as well. You see where it says Stefan Diggs spotted leaving hospital with baby carrier in May. So this was outside of a this it said it was outside of a New York medical facility on May 11th. And it was actually one day before he and Cardi hard launched their relationship.
Hmm.
So let's see.
You
Let's
know
I'm
he
just
has a twin.
yeah, the what?
He has a twin apparently.
What?
Yeah.
So the world has to put up with two of them ain't shit niggles. Oh, okay. Wow. That's
Yeah.
something. But let me
Weird.
just play this video here. I think it's about maybe 20 seconds or so. Oh no, 14 seconds. So it's just him. You'll see him putting a stroller in the car, honey. Look. And after this, Cardi still, but I guess maybe my Libra Queen done made it made sense for me a little bit because she said, this is a get back. I didn't realize that, this was his favorite team, his favorite player, whatever, whatever. I'm like, okay, so Al, I guess she did eat that, but still, girl, I mean, how you wanna? You just seeing this, you see this man putting a whole stroller in a car with a newborn, and you decide to, hard launch your relationship with him the next day. This is why I stay out of straight people business. Y'all ghetto. I ain't. This is
I mean
ghetto.
she I mean she got her own mess too, so she probably was like, I ain't tripping. But I misspoke. He doesn't have a twin. He has a younger brother. I'm sorry. Yeah, I
Oh.
had to
Oh.
Google that real quick. But he has a
Whew.
younger brother who's also in the NFL.
Did y'all hear that collective sigh of relief? We was like, whoo, we ain't got to put up with two of them niggas. Woo, thank goodness.
It's a
I,
trip. I mean, I don't. I,
I
does he have a kink? Like, want to have a lot of babies? Because having babies, this seems to be like the new notch in your belt for men. especially when it comes to women, like pretty women who have used their privilege to be around men like this. You
Hmm.
know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
And is this the new thing? Like, oh, I got her pregnant. I got a baby by her. I got a baby by her. Like what?
If
It's
they like it, I love it. For the
I guess.
you
Auntie, why we not listening to her music?
Oh, I just personally don't like her. I went over this before, but it's just one of those things where it's not her fault. It's just, and then one, I know I'm gonna already hear because I listen to the radio a lot, so I know they're gonna play the entire album on the radio because that's what they do with light skinned artists. So
mm,
it's just that whole thing. That's why it's not her fault. I just don't like the idea of this girl is celebrated heavily for this one album, like she's Lauryn Hill, Grammy winning and all that. When we had artists out here that was doing their big ones for the longest, but here she come and I just it's I'm anti colorism and so
Gonna
it's
make
not her fault basically.
that fruit basket FedEx today.
I already heard her song this morning on the radio, uh,
See,
Uh,
with Kalani.
mm-hmm.
And
and then
then not
like,
only that, she got like she's talking around, got interviews, and this is me and my Kalani song, and I really like this song, and I'm so glad she's on it. And a little blurbs, like she's going all out with the marketing, honey.
look here, she gonna need to go out all with the market because I hear the amount of people that depend on her financially is outrageous.
Really,
Yes,
and I
yes,
believe it.
because she got a mama, her daddy,
her
and,
sister.
and her sister, and she got somebody at the house taking care of their mom and dad. Then she got look girl, she need to go out there and market.
Because
Need help.
clearly she continues to multiply and multiply and multiply with no plans on stopping from what it looks like. So
Right.
yeah.
Need help with all them children.
I have a baby
On
by me.
tour.
No, sir, no, Jeremy. I don't see why because I don't know why would somebody have a trend like that to get pregnant for these men when they're not wifing or putting a finger or nothing and they're out there just dipping it in this a chocolate and this a ice cream and this a pie and this a cake and this a disease and no ma'am.
I would tell you what I think it is, but you know what? I'm gonna actually save it for this Sunday when we do our political space, politics with Auntie Derek at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So because and the reason I'm gonna save it is because one, it'll probably be very controversial for what I'll say is the reason. So I'd rather say it in a closed, protected space. And that's
Yeah.
the thing about our politics space. They will be closed and it won't be recorded like this one is. And you'll need a passcode to get in. So yeah. So if you're interested, hit me up at auntie@auntiederek.com. That's AUNTIE at auntiederek.com.
I will not be coming. I love America. I'm trying
Oh,
to
you
be
know what?
of
You
my
know
Do
what?
what you need to do, girl. I hear you.
okay. Um,
You just
um,
stay low. Keep
orange
quiet.
orange.
You
Just lay
better
low
lay
and
low.
keep quiet.
Okay, orange
Mhm.
man. I'm
This
gonna
ain't gonna be the space for you. It's okay. Just
bear
lay low.
arms for you, orange man. Okay, it's for the current administration. I will bear arms for you.
Oh my god. Okay, stop now. Now, hold on.
I'm
Now.
going
Shit.
in right.
Mute
Shit.
Listen.
her.
Mute her. Mute her. I don't want to hear none of that
I'm gonna take
foolery.
a picture of my outfit that I'm going there in.
Mute her.
Don't do
Girl.
too much, honey.
I'm
You
wearing
got too much dip
white
on
and
your
blue.
chip.
Red,
Mm-mm.
white,
Listen.
and blue. I love America.
My Jamaican queen, I totally understand. If you got to put on that red hat, boo, put on that red
No.
hat.
Just don't wear no
Blue.
hat. Just be quiet. Don't say nothing.
Like that one guy
Act
said.
like a mute.
One guy said in darkness. He said, "I voted twice."
Oh,
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
That dark
mm-mm.
comedy. Look here. Anyway, Auntie, go on with your show. Don't listen.
Well, baby, honey, let's go on indeed, honey, to the next story because that is,
Wait,
honey.
wait, wait, wait. Before we
Oh, sorry,
go,
bro.
before I'm back, and you were right. I was in a quick little one-on-one meeting, so I couldn't. Okay, wait, Stefan, leaving the hospital. Is that what we? Wait, with a baby?
Uh
In
huh.
May, the day before
Oh,
he and Cardi hard launched their relationship.
oh, yeah. Okay, so they both wasn't completely out of relationships when they linked. Okay, it makes sense. All right,
And,
they was
and
fresh.
she's still technically married. They're not, her and Offset not divorced. Their divorce ain't finalized.
Look, I know, and so what? Because he didn't care when they was for real married in the relationship. He didn't give a damn where he was putting his little pee pee. So they
So
separated,
so
and she moved on
And he's
so
still putting it everywhere.
everywhere. So
This,
why we worried about
this,
Cardi if she done moved on and the paperwork ain't done yet? So what? When the paperwork was supposed to be legitimate, you didn't give a damn.
so
You
All the shit is
embarrassed her so
ghetto,
many
honey.
times with these
Yes,
raggedy girls.
I'm
Ugh.
disappointed in Cardi. You
Okay,
didn't
I just now had to
get
get that off.
pregnant. You ain't had to get pregnant. And I don't know who she claimed she was hiding that belly from. Because when I saw her at the courthouse, I was like, I told Tiffany, she pregnant. Look how she shaped.
But
Yeah,
I mean, until she was ready to tell
hiding.
us, that's her business. Look, she
Yeah.
grown
Mm-mm.
and a millionaire. She could do and have as many babies as she wants. That's her business.
That's true. I have a baby.
That coochie don't. It ain't paying my bills over here. If it was, then I would have, maybe more to say. But
Mm-mm.
look, she could pop
I
out as
say
many babies as she want.
you are so right. It is her pum pum. Do what
Hmm
you want, girl. Pop it back, pop it forward.
I
Get
just wanted
you,
to say,
baby.
Offset has some nerve talking about we ain't divorced. Why do you even care, sir? You didn't care about the marriage. Now all of a sudden we wanna be moral police. Please, goodbye.
He mad because his album didn't roll out like hers.
Cause he ain't the artist that she is. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm
and see,
sorry.
and see, that's kind of why I really don't like to listen to him because he actually is the artist that she is, but his music, and because it's like, oh, he does have a lot of mess that overshadows it, but musically, Offset is that guy. He's one of like the one of the few guys who bring like theatrics and stuff to performances. So, and I just hate that it gets overshadowed by Carter because she's Carter, you know what? And that's why I don't really rock with her like her music like that.
Well, he shouldn't have been.
it gets
Maybe if
overshadowed
he had
by
better Jumba out there, maybe it would be better for him. But you shouldn't be shitting on people and then think you're supposed to get good things. I
Oh
don't
well.
know.
Oh, so what, Auntie? So what?
And
we can't
clearly,
blame Cardi for him being a not good person. So
Oh
that's all.
no, no,
yeah,
I'm not
because
blaming Carter. I'm blaming colorism.
well, no, 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 because his own family, soul family, whatever, they separated from him. She tried to keep them together, and he fucked up. So he is the problem.
Yeah, I agree with y'all.
He is the problem.
Yeah, I'm still not listening to her album.
Okay, you don't have to, and that's why we supposed to be in America, and so you can choose to be a part or like something or listen to something if you want to. There's no requirement,
Because
but
I ain't even gonna
Offset
be able
is the
to
problem.
escape it after a while, honey. Because just like you heard she'll say she already heard it on the radio.
What, her music?
Uh-huh. They played the song with her and Kalani and
Oh
Child.
yeah.
And I know they're gonna play it out just like they do all her music, just like they amplify it like they do hers, but nobody else's. And I'm just not a fan of that.
Nah, I don't feel
Oh,
like they don't amplify other people's.
you don't? Oh,
No. Who
okay.
who who is it that they not amplifying that you think?
Doechii, Rhapsody. Let me see who else. Fonte, Little Brother, all the good
Well, little
underground
brother,
artists.
ain't they breaking up? Well,
Don't you get hella play?
yeah,
Don't
I'm
you?
like, Doechie's not
They
struggling.
was just calling her a fucking plant, an industry plant. What 4 months ago? maybe 4 or 5 months ago, right
Yeah,
before she won a
yeah,
Grammy.
they was. They
Because
was
it was like
trying.
they play her stuff everywhere. She's just a dancer. I'm like,
And she's got commercials. Auntie, I don't know. I just think you just don't. I
Flo
think you just have a
Millie.
bias.
Well, of course I do. It's an anti-colorist bias.
period. If we love
And
Tim,
I respect that, but I'm like, well, that one ain't because Dochi is getting her bread, and I love
Yeah,
that for her because she's so creative.
yeah. Shout out to Dolce.
But
Well,
yeah,
you know what? Who's
so
not going to be getting bread, honey? That boy D4VD, who we
ooh,
decided that
he
we're going
going
to
to
call him
jail.
David moving forward.
He
right? Because
is
that's his
going to
name, ain't it?
he's
Well,
going to jail.
listen, I saw an interview that he said, "Hi, I'm D4VD." I don't know if he was spelling it out, but that's why I started calling him that. But clearly, the nigga's name is David, so we'll just go with that.
He going to jail.
And he is
He killed that girl.
Oh Lord,
allegedly.
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 But
Who
all the
said that?
evidence is that evidence is getting heavy.
And yep, and because of that, y'all say I just shared this TMZ article. David's label Interscope pulls all promotion amid homicide investigation.
Oh,
Finally,
buddy.
finally.
Finally,
Buddy, let me
so
tell you, boy. Boy, this ain't
well,
looking good for you, buddy. Oh,
well, David's music label Interscope is pumping the brakes on the singer's upcoming deluxe album and an all musical promotion for him in the wake of the LAPD investigation into the teen found butchered in a Tesla registered to him.
mm,
Sources
mm.
with direct knowledge tell TMZ, UMG, Interscope's parent company, Sony Music Publishing, and Wasserman have paused all promotional activities related to David out of respect for the seriousness of the situation and the ongoing investigation. David's last post on Instagram promotes the deluxe version of his album Withered, which dropped in April and is due out Friday. Fans have pointed out the post shared on September 7th is also the date of the 15 also the date of birth of the 15-year-old girl Celeste Rivas, who was found chopped up in the vehicle earlier this month.
Mm.
Police are deep into an investigation, and TMZ learned authorities searched the Los Angeles home the romantic homicide singer was residing in Wednesday night, looking for traces of blood and other evidence. As we reported, the Tesla had been parked near the house. David has not publicly addressed the situation. I'm sorry, he has not publicly addressed the investigation. It's unclear if this tour will continue. Well, it is
Mm,
sure as of
mm,
now because I got something for y'all in a minute.
mm,
It said his show in Seattle, scheduled for Wednesday night, was axed after cops determined the victim was Celeste. And
mm,
TMZ obtained photos and videos that show David and Celeste had interacted with each other in the past. And Celeste's mother told TMZ her daughter told her she was dating someone named David.
mm.
TMZ was told Thursday his Saturday concert at Los Angeles Greek Theater is still on. No, it's not. But we were unable to confirm his show schedule on Friday in San Francisco will take place, though tickets are still on sale. Well, this article was definitely written before this one, the one I have coming up for y'all. And let me just get that for y'all here.
Don't buy no ticket.
Honey,
All that shit been canceled, honey. Every last
honey,
one
this
of
man
it.
is, ooh, he's so out of pocket.
And what's crazy, well, I'm gonna read this first, and then I'll start to I give my commentary. But y'all see where it says here, David's U.S. tour was canceled in the wake of this homicide investigation.
There's
About time.
there's them
And
out.
I won't even you see it here. Yep, there's those asymmetrical eyes, honey.
Hmm.
And I what I I didn't until what I think I first read about this story on September 10th when we went over it first here.
Right.
Because of the TMZ article. But when I went when I went into the rabbit hole of all of this, it looks like the signs have been there for a while. Like people are showing pictures of those two to get him with that girl, and she was like what 12 or 13 at the time.
Yep. Yep.
It's,
My
and
God.
people knew that they were a thing. The mama knew, but I guess maybe the mama didn't know it was him. And
Right.
I have to say, I just cannot imagine what that woman is going through, honey. Especially to learn, like when she got the news about, the details of, the tattoo of the body in the car and stuff. I know she was just beside herself, and
I
I
didn't know
just,
she had been missing
And
so
she
long.
ain't been,
When we
hmm
when we first started talking about it, and her body was found I was thinking it was more recent because he was on tour. I'm like, well, how did he do it? He's on tour. Like, maybe somebody borrowed his car, but now as the story has come out, you know, she's been gone from home for a year. I don't think she's been
That's
dead
what
that
I
long,
thought.
but
A
she was with
year.
him. Yeah, she's been with him, traveling around with him.
That's
Yep.
So
crazy.
yeah, so
That
read
is.
this story so we can get our commentary out.
Uh-huh. Cause ooh,
Okay.
honey.
Well, that was pretty much all I wanted to say about me going down the rabbit hole and people saying that he been doing that.
Okay.
But yep, it says David has canceled the remaining leg of his U.S. tour as questions mount over his connection to the body of a girl found in the trunk of his car. So sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ David's camp made a decision Thursday to cancel the two remaining shows in the U.S. He was scheduled to perform Friday night in San Francisco and Saturday night in Los Angeles. He does have several October and November tour dates scheduled in international countries, but at this point, it seems very unlikely he'd be able to leave the country amid the investigation into Celeste Rivas' death.
No, baby, you can't go nowhere.
Sit your ass down, honey. So, the streamer turned musician was also scheduled to attend an event at the Grammy Museum on Wednesday, September 24th, but his name has been quietly removed from the main event page on the website. As you can, they said they don't want shit to do with him. As you can
Mm-mm.
see, the site previously had an event page welcoming David's anticipating appearance. Excuse me, anticipated appearance. It even added, he even had a wait list. The event was supposed to celebrate his April album "Withered" with a feature a discussion about his creative process, rising career, and more. TMZ
I never
reached out
even
to the
heard his
Grammy.
music.
I'm sorry, what you say, Moon?
I was saying I had never even heard of this guy or his music or nothing about him.
Yeah, I don't think either of us had, honey. I don't think we're his demographic. So, well, TMZ has reached out to the Grammy Museum for comment. So far, no word back. This isn't the first gig David's lost out amid the riveting investigation. His concert in Seattle, which we just went over, was scheduled for Wednesday. Was This week was cut after the LA medical examiner identified the 15-year-old girl found in the Tesla as Celeste. Remember, Celeste's mom told TMZ she was aware Celeste was dating someone named David, and she had been missing for over a year when her body was found. Plus, we obtained footage that shows David, born David Burke, and Celeste together in the past. Furthermore, TMZ learned David's music label was halting the release of the deluxe version of his album, plus all other promotional activities out of respect for the investigation. David's most recent post on Instagram says the album was dropping on Friday. Authorities searched the Los Angeles home David was believed to be living in before his tour kicked off Wednesday night, and we're told they looked for traces of blood and collected hair samples while there. He ain't gonna find no. They're not gonna find no traces of blood because he not gonna. He didn't do what he did to her in there. I don't believe. Oh,
Well,
go ahead, Jamaican Queen. Jamaican Queen.
hello.
Oh,
Oh, maybe that was
maybe
an
she.
accident.
Oh yeah, maybe she's working as well. So if she has something, she'll come back and let us know. But yeah, so
And
that
what
tour
type
has
of
been
music
canceled.
does he do?
Very sad, depressing, and very and Chill even pointed this out to me. His music, like he even has stuff like that features a lot of depth, and he has a song called "Romantic Homicide" and stuff
Well,
like it.
damn, but how snitch on yourself? Golly.
I'm like, honey, maybe we need to start judging books by its cover again, because
Mm-mm.
what?
It's very
And a pedophile?
melancholy, um, kind of slow, ethereal. I mean, actually, I like that kind of music. It's not half bad. It's the content, the romantic homicide, and then having a video showing putting a body in a car, and then he had a woman in the video,
He's
one of
stupid.
his videos that looks like this girl Celeste. So, I
Oh,
mean, he's been given, like they say, Easter eggs all the time about his involvement, but I actually didn't think his music was half bad, but considering the content of it, that is what would turn it off for me. But he actually has a nice sound, but it's real soft, a lot of harmonies and stuff like that.
boy.
Yeah,
These
yeah. I thought he had
you
a really
gave
nice
it
voice, but
Yeah,
I
it's
I
not
couldn't get
that bad.
jiggy with that music, honey. No,
No,
I don't.
not
not
not.
him
But he said,
explicitly telling on himself.
yeah, yeah. I'm like,
What
wow.
the hell is wrong with you?
Well, that's how narcissists act. I guess they act like they can do that, and you won't catch them. You know.
Yeah, they think they outsmarting everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
Yeah,
after
poor
I
baby.
gathered that, because it looks like there's even some TikTok videos that I saw. It was people talking about this for a while. Like it's been kind of an open secret that he did that to this girl, because even people were saying, like, I saw something posted back when the tour started. I forget where it was, but it was earlier, and it was like, why is he going on tour? Why isn't he in jail? So I was like, ooh, so people have
Mm,
been known that this is, especially because like a lot of his fans, he had like close friends or close fans and stuff. He would post pictures of him and that girl on his Snapchat and stuff. So
oh,
the signs have been there, but everybody been, because people just asking the right questions, like, why y'all just putting this stuff out now? Like, why y'all didn't put it out like when the girl was missing and stuff? Because just like you, me, chill, this is the first time we're hearing about this artist or even this girl. So it's,
mm-hmm.
yeah.
And I mean, at anything, at bare minimum, she was underage.
Hmm.
So, at bare minimum, y'all should have been questioning that. But then, like, she disappears, and then y'all still ain't say nothing.
And one thing I don't like is how these news are, because the medical examiner said that the girl was 15, but and you see how the news, anything that we read keeps, they run with that. They keep saying that the girl is 15 years old. The girl was 13 when she went missing, and she
Yeah,
didn't
she's
get to see her
15
15th birthday.
13,
now. She's 15.
Now,
or would have been
Yeah,
15.
yeah, yeah.
She is 13. Oh, he's yeah, pedophile. Okay, a
mhm.
pedophile and a murderer.
And
Allegedly.
disabled, that like dismembered that girl's body. They didn't find like her body; they found pieces of her body,
Mm,
and they had to
mm.
identify it by the tattoo on her hand. So whatever punishment that
They,
motherfucker gets is too good for him, honey. I tell you that.
I'm waiting any minute for them to announce his arrest for real.
Hmm.
yeah,
Any minute now.
yeah. I mean, it sounds like there's a lot of evidence,
Clearly.
at least circumstantial evidence, but I'm sure they're gonna find something because people like that, they sloppy. There's blood somewhere, a little speck, and they be finding it, child. You be like, how they find that little speck?
Hmm. Well, speaking
Men
of
still
little
be watching
specks,
those.
our favorite little speck, Dame Dash, who we like to talk about.
Oh, oh,
So you know how him and Cameron been having a nasty back and forth.
mm-mm.
So Dame Dash decided to launch a massive defamation lawsuit against Cameron. And y'all see, I just shared this hot new hip hop article that talks about it. So, Dame Dash is in quite the financial bind these days, and it looks like he wants to secure some cash out of his beef with Cameron. According to Ahmed the Ears on Twitter, he launched a defamation lawsuit against Cam for 300 million for making allegedly false and bad faith claims about his businesses. This news reportedly comes from Dusko Poppington on Instagram and shows a letter of formal demand from the legal representatives of plaintiffs Damon Dash and his partners Raquel Horn and the Dash Group. Also, the letter included a specific breakdown of alleged examples of these defamation, unjust, enrichment, business disparagement, tortious interference, conspiracy, and harassment accusations.
Oh my God.
First, the letter mentions Cameron's comment about Dame Dash and his partner Raquel Horn, his diminishing of the Dash Group's business acumen, his references and attempts to reach out to Dame's son, cutting him out of a cannabis deal he helped set up, unrightfully securing ownership and profit rights to the Dipset clothing company, which Dame co-founded, and detailing confidential talks with Rockefeller that damaged Dame's relationship with them and Jay Z. So, furthermore, this lawsuit seeks 300 million in damages for alleged reputational harm, emotional distress, and loss of business opportunities, and alleged business disparagement and financial interference regarding the Dash Group. Also, the lawsuit gave the Dipset MC a list of demands to comply with within 14 days of receiving letter. This list includes a cease and desist to halt Cameron's allegedly defamatory criticisms of Dame Dash, removing social media posts, issuing an apology online, giving Dame ownership rights in the Dipset company, clothing company, and the G5 Pink Mink Cannabis Company, accounting all profits and revenues from these companies, and preserve all communications, social media posts, and business records regarding Larry Smith and these companies. Killer Cam's got other issues to handle, and we'll see how far this defamation suit goes. Their beef spawns, their beef spans a few different eras in hip hop, or at least they provide a lot of context for it. As for whether he and Dame Dash ever settle their differences, this might be their last chance to do so.
No, they ain't. And Dame is out of pocket. This man, boy,
He said,
boy,
"Give me 300 million and give me ownership and stop talking about me and issue an apology online."
and look, you know who he ain't finna do that with is Jay-Z. He trying it.
Hmm. Well, that's that on that, child. And I'm sure, trust me, this is not the last that we have heard about this because
Oh,
Dame Dash loves to talk and he loves to be in the news,
and so do Cameron. So
and so do Cameron. And speaking of him, I love when Adrian Bronner was on that show and kept trying to be fresh with that girl, and he pretty much paid due for his time. Was like, "Yo, you got to go. I asked you to stop already,
yeah,
and you still keep at it." But it's not lost on me that he only did that because that was his friend's girlfriend. Not just, he didn't do it because for to protect women's rights. Pretty much. I mean, I'm sure part of that was it, but mostly, if I feel like if that wasn't his friend's girlfriend, he wouldn't have went so hard. That's just my personal opinion, but I could be wrong. Who knows? But based off of the Cameron I know and have seen throughout the years. Mm. But shout out to him and his show. I actually love the show with him and Mace and stuff. I think they do a really good job because I feel like more hetero men need to be in spaces like that. More, excuse me, more smart hetero men. Let me elaborate. Smart hetero men who are not misogynistic for the most part. They need to occupy spaces because there's too many of the other ones, honey, in too many spaces. We don't need to hear no more of that. So oh well, honey, y'all remember we talked quite a bit about Roger Jackson. Well, it turns out he was arrested for beating up Psycho Stu. They even got video of his arrest. They got him walking out in handcuffs. Now I'm not gonna play that because I don't like that imagery, and we don't do anti-black imagery here at this show. But you'll see I just shared this TMZ link. Roger Jackson arrested for brutal wrestling ring beatdown.
Mm.
Yep, and that's pretty much it. And we learned that he was booked on a felony charge of battery with serious bodily injury, and he has bonded out. And they actually caught his father, Rampage Jackson, talking about it. So let me get that link here. It's another TMZ article, and we'll just watch that video clip. So y'all should see where it says here. Rampage Jackson says Roger is doing okay after arrest, and he said basically saying, "Yeah, he fucked up." So give me one sec. Let me share my screen and let's see what Rampage has to say. Well, that pop-up blocker is everything, honey. I tell you, I love it.
I'm gonna take off. Yeah, what they do? Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna take off. I got it. I wanted to come see y'all perform and bring out that. How y'all been? Y'all been good? Y'all going to Vegas tomorrow, huh? Yeah. How long y'all out there for? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm holding up well. You're doing okay. You're doing okay. You all right? Here at home now. Okay, good. Thank you. Hey, he f***ed up. He f***ed up, though. He f***ed up. He got to learn his lesson. Yeah. 100%. I didn't want to chime in, but you already know. Yeah. Hey, it is what it is. all I can do is be a dad. You know what I'm saying? He don't listen to me. At the end of the day, he can't say that I didn't do what I was supposed to do as a dad. At the end of the day.
Nah, your reaction was solid, bro. And it was normal. It wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need some bottles at the house.
Huh?
You need some bottles.
I do need some bottles at the house. I do.
At least he ain't defending that shit.
Yeah, and I like to see that. And he was like, he don't listen to me. I try to say he know right from wrong. This is a grown man, but
Yeah,
I'm still his dad, and I'm gonna stand, by him. But I ain't gonna condone what he did.
that's all he can
So
do.
I definitely like that.
Hmm.
Hmm.
He admits it.
And let me see. I think it said in this article. Yeah, it says he was held on a $50,000 bond before getting out hours later.
Yeah, Dad probably bonded him out, and he gonna stand behind him. But he did fuck up. I mean, he fucked up. There's no defending it.
Hmm.
He hurt that man.
Well, honey, speaking of somebody who else said they fucked up, that's what FFC chairman Brendan Carr he said about Jimmy Kimmel, and the reason that he was suspended indefinitely was because he fucked up and said something. And before I start telling this story, I just want to make an announcement. So this show here, Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, we are considered a bona fide news program. So remember I said that. Remember we are a bona fide news program, and we're about to watch Brendan Carr say some things about how Jimmy Kimmel is suspended indefinitely because he's not a bona fide news program. And the View, baby, y'all on notice. so, so let me get this TMZ link here. And you notice, I don't know if y'all have been watching The View for the past 2 days, but you notice they have not said that is like right up their alley, honey. They said not one thing and won't say anything about Jimmy Kimmel's suspension, honey.
Really?
They didn't say a thing, and I was
Oh,
looking for
they
them to say
got
something.
ABC. They already. They've. I'm sure there's been direction that has come down.
Oh yeah,
So
yep. But y'all see, I just shared this TMZ article, and it says FCC Chair Brandon Carr, The View better watch out if they don't want to end up like Jimmy. Well, he didn't say it like that, but let's see what he has to say.
A lot of people think there are other shows on ABC that maybe run afoul of this more often than Jimmy Kimmel. I'm thinking specifically of The View. And President Trump himself has mentioned Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers at NBC. Just wondering, do you have comments on those shows? And are they doing what Kimmel did Monday night? And is it even worse on those programs, in your opinion?
Well, look, you can be unfunny. That's fine. And a lot of people are sort of saying that, well, people are punishing Kimmel because they don't like a joke that he told. But, we don't need to rehash it here. But obviously what he said was not a joke. It wasn't presented at all that way. But when you look at these other TV shows, what's interesting is the FCC does have a rule called the equal opportunity rule, which means, for instance, if you're in the run up to an election, you have one, partisan elected official on, you have to give equal time, equal opportunity to the opposing partisan politician. So far, so good. But there's an exception to that rule called the bona fide news exception, which means if you are a bona fide news program, you don't have to abide by the equal opportunity rule. And over the years, the FCC has developed a body of case law on that and has suggested that most of these late night shows, other than SNL, are bona fide news programs. And potentially, I would assume you could make the argument that The View is a bona fide news show. But I'm not so sure about that. And I think it's worthwhile to have the FCC look into whether The View and some of these other programs that you have still qualify as bona fide news programs and therefore exempt from the equal opportunity regime that Congress has put in place.
Baby, y'all heard that? He said, "All right, The View, keep it cute or count y'all days." So it's the ball is in y'all court. What you want to do? So and then we have some comments here in the chat. It says, "I pity the crew and vendors of the Jimmy Kimmel Show. If they had kids starting school or college, about to have a baby, etc. They're punishing a talk show host for hinting at a topic against a man whose livelihood benefited from freedom of speech, spewing his dislike against DEI people. Well, yes, that's pretty much systemic racism. That's pretty much white supremacy working just how it's supposed to. Like,
And
yeah.
and we have people have to realize this ain't normal. We're not in normal times anymore. We are under a dictator regime,
Hmm.
and that's how they're moving. No, don't rationalize it. Don't say what he's supposed to do. We all know what he's supposed to be doing, but do dictators do what they're supposed to do? Absolutely not. And we know that. And I think that's the thing that pisses me off about the news, how they, pose these questions like, well, like, girl, we know he not normal. God, like, why are we talking like, well, what should he have been doing? We all know what the hell he should have been doing, but he ain't gonna do it because he's a dictator and he's a little soft ass snowflake. And he don't want nobody talking bad about him. So he gonna get everybody off the air to make fun of him.
Uh-huh. Very that. Well, if y'all want to have your
Oh,
own private passcode or protected sessions, honey, come on over to chat. Look, I'm like Suge Knight. Come on over to chat, Mosa. 'Cause you can talk all the shit you want about Trump ass over here
I
in
just
a
want
hmm
locked
to add
room.
that Kimmel, I believe, has filed $1 billion lawsuit against ABC because in his contract, he's allowed to
mm,
say uh, anything he wants, including any political discourse he wants to say. That's in his contract, allegedly.
Oh,
So,
it did, girl. Look, you hear me
I,
typing, honey. I'm going straight to the
I,
Google, honey. Let me see if I can
yeah,
find
I
something on
read that
there.
on Twitter. Now I don't know how true it is, but um,
but you know what? All of these companies capitulating because they're trying to make sure they get their deals. They don't care about the overall society, the overall health. Just like all those law firms, all those
but how do they
other
get their money?
schools that
How they get their
capitulated, huh?
they get their money from us. See, this is what they're neglecting to realize. Their wealth comes off the backs of American people.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think it
Target
was.
found that out, and Disney. I mean, people are canceling subscriptions like hotcakes.
I
yeah,
cancel
well,
mine. Amen. But I think that piece about Jimmy Kimmel's contract,
Hmm.
I want to say
Was it fake?
TMZ or somebody reported it because I saw it too because they had a
Okay.
clip of him. They had a clip of him in his car with the description was he had a smirk on his face
Uh huh.
as he was headed to his lawyer's office.
Okay.
So that may very well be true.
and he's still on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So I mean, it's not like anybody's stopping his bag. I mean,
They say he
it's
got the
just a
money to
principle.
fight him. They
Yeah, it's about
word on the
principle.
card, he got the money to fight him,
And
and the
ultimately,
people
honey,
standing behind him.
he's a white man and he's going to be just fine at the end. So, but I actually did Google. I'm looking to see if I can find it, and the only place I'm seeing something like this where it says Jimmy Kimmel suing ABC
Yeah.
Next Star over contract dispute is a place from what's this, Hindustan Times, and they
Oh
usually not.
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no, yeah.
they not usually.
I've been seeing those they stuff pop up. Yeah, they a little
They be making
just
Suspect.
stuff
be
up,
putting out
honey.
any kind of bullshit.
Hmm.
But honestly, if all of the people like ABC when they capitulated about that George Stephanopoulos, they could have won that. And the only thing that made them do that is about their own money, about their own bottom line. Not that if they would have fought, it would have been for the greater good of the country. No, they're like, oh, everybody's like, oh, I got this merger. We trying to do this, we trying to do that, and then they're selling us out. They're selling us out. They're selling us down the river. They're throwing away democracy so that they can continue to make billions of dollars.
Okay, and they know I'm not getting in that water to get my hair wet, and they are selling us down the river.
But we can boycott with our pockets.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing we got right now. That's it. That's all we got. Cause they let him roll down the street and kicking ass and taking names, and we just over here like, well, what can we do to stop it? We don't want this to happen. The majority of the country doesn't want this to happen, and the right people are in the right places to let him do exactly what he wants to do.
Well, y'all be sure to keep that fire for this Sunday.
Oh, you know I'm always have this fire. You know I got the smoke with this political news. I can't. You Jesus Christ, I need to calm down for somebody to be
Well,
knocking at my door.
Mm-hmm. Save it for Sunday. But
hmm
yeah, we can get off of this topic right here.
well, yeah, and in the next story, apologies in advance because it is kind of adjacent to it because it's talking about Kristen Chenoweth, right? And y'all
Oh, that
remember how
bitch.
she was liking some things about Charlie Kirk
Yeah.
that a lot of her fans was like, well, wait a minute, girl, what you
Yeah.
doing? 'Cause-
What
so
girl?
yeah. So I just shared this People article, and y'all should see here where it says, being the white woman she is, Kristen Chenoweth defends reaction to Charlie Kirk's death while acknowledging it hurt some folk in LGBTQ community. Yes, girl. White woman being a white woman, no news here. But so Kristen Chenoweth is having a human moment of reflection following her reaction to the death of Charlie Kirk. Speaking to New York One in an interview, the Tony-winning actress, who's 57, addressed the controversy over a recent post on her Instagram account that said she was upset after the right-wing political commentator was fatally shot on September 10th. Didn't always agree, but appreciated some perspectives, Chenoweth had written, as Playbill
What?
reported.
Okay, sorry.
What a heartbreak! What a heartbreak! His young family. I know where he is now, heaven, but still. And then I saw what happened with on. She said I saw what happened online with my own eyes. The producer star of The Queen of Versailles told New York One host Frank Delela, and I had a human moment of reflection. I had a human moment of reflection. Excuse me. Seeing the response to her reaction over the death of Kirk, who repeated anti-LGBTQ plus and anti-women talking points, she continued, I came to understand that my comment hurt some folks and that hurt me. So I would never, it's no secret that I am a Christian and that I'm a person of faith. It is also no secret that I'm an advocate for the LGBTQ plus community. For some fans, Chenoweth added Christianity and LGBTQ plus advocacy don't go together. But for me, it always has and it always will. But that's your problem right there, girl. And then it finishes with how talking about Charlie Kirk. We ain't gonna talk about his ass, but yeah. So like I said, a white woman being a white woman, nothing new.
No, no, and been eating off the backs of the LGBTQ community, and then got the nerve to run her mouth. And see, this is the thing we don't need to hear. Like everybody, if I don't know what you're doing, no harm, no foul. If if I don't know, that's fine. But once I know, baby, it's over for you. And the
Mhm.
nerve, it's the nerve, it's the nerve.
Now, a lot of people, like a lot of Black Broadway fans, a lot of people are kind of like I've seen some because I have a lot of friends in that space, and
Hmm.
a lot of them were pretty much having the same sentiment. Like, well, yeah, y'all, this has been she been like we've been giving her the side eye basically. Now, I didn't know of her like outside of like Ellen interviews or The Wicked and or that
Right.
show DCB. I didn't know her outside of that. So
Me
but people are
neither.
saying that she's been that way.
Oh, and I'm sure because that doesn't just spring up and yeah, and I didn't know, but now I know. So, bitch, you over. You done.
Mhm. Go ahead, Libra Queen.
Okay, so I found what I was talking about. I tagged you in it in the Chanel. It was tweeted by Page Six, but reported by London Entertainment for New York Post, basically saying they showed two pictures of him um, in L.A. on Thursday to what appeared to be his lawyer's office
Oh, you went back
over the
to
shenanigans. And then I
okay.
also saw earlier too, which I thought was very interesting, and I understand now why he's garnering a lot of support from other outside of the Writers Guild, but other celebrity or SAG people, whoever are actors or whatnot, is that apparently his organization does their due diligence and effort to make sure that SAG members have enough time or enough pay or something, make enough money in order to receive their annual health care benefit, which I thought was very interesting. And it's just surprising about how much you don't know about certain industries when you're not in them. And that makes me understand why so many other people are also backing him outside of the freedom of speech aspect, are backing him because of the type of person he is and the kind of character that he displays towards people in his field. So
It's behind the scenes work. I like that.
yeah.
Mm.
See, this that shit I don't like. I'm just gonna say this one thing, and I'm gonna save the rest of it for Sunday. But I don't like how they are trying to like after his death, what's the word I'm looking for? Is it eulogize, or they're trying to just make it seem like he was just this champion of American freedom and freedom of speech and shit? Like I just saw an article that was talking about, oh yeah, we somebody who was close to him begged Comedy Central to put the episode that South Park did about him back on because they would Charlie Kirk would have liked that he was a champion for free speech. And I'm like, well, hold up now, were y'all listening to what this motherfucker was saying before he was shot and killed? Like, I don't know where y'all are getting like I said, I'm gonna just go ahead and save it for Sunday, child.
But if he
Okay,
also, if that would also be my backing for why the fuck are y'all attacking people who are saying shit? Because if he was a champion of freedom of speech, then he would have no problem with what people are saying now against him.
Right.
So
because
you
he
know what I'm
said that
saying?
against other people. Now, the one little thing that they are right is they are trying to the the right is definitely trying to make him into a martyr and eulogize something that a lot of this shit that like we're like no, not at all. But the two things that he did champion, gun rights
He died for the cause
and
he believed in. And
and
yep,
thank
you're
you,
right, Happy.
and freedom of speech, because he used his right of freedom of speech to say all everything came out of his mouth was incorrect. Everything out of his mouth was wrong. All of his shit was race baiting. But it was his right to say those things. As much as I hate it and dislike it, and as much as it only caused further division and harm to black and LGBTQ people and women and so it still was his right, and that's what he those are the two things that he did do. And he still isn't great for it, but that, I mean, it's a true statement,
Well,
unfortunately.
But they're not
unfortunately,
affording anybody else freedom of speech. Ain't that a bitch?
Doing their freedom of speech is we get to say whatever we want. Y'all can't say nothing. That's what where we at.
systemic racism working just how it's supposed to.
hmm Shit, even better than it has in 60 years.
Hmm. Well, enough about that. We'll save this for
Yes,
the rest of this for Sunday.
I
His
got
company
all the smoke
earned
for Sunday.
$82 million this year. I mean, not smart white people gonna spend their money.
Queen, I'm ready to get off this, honey.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was reading the chat. Sorry, Happy put something in the chat. My bad, my bad, my bad.
All right. So, our next story, honey, you know what Brandon Monica wants you to do? Wear a suit to their concert if you're going to go.
No.
A suit?
No,
What? What?
the
What?
business casual era is over.
Don't
I
start doing that,
agree.
ladies. You
And,
guys, mind
and I
y'all
saw
business
somebody
and just
put
let these people.
on I saw somebody put on Twitter, they was like, y'all really want perimenopausal women to be putting on suits to be hot as hell at a concert. Have y'all lost your minds? So that they had me crying. But
That's very true, though. I mean, there was no light told in that.
y'all see where I put it from this Vibe article. Monica Brandy issued bossed up dress code for the Boys Mind tour.
Oh, see, you don't want nobody to come to y'all shit. That's what you're doing. You playing around.
No, they want you to come. They just want you to look like Olivia Pope when you come.
So you gonna turn people off. They ain't gonna come. Y'all need to just mind your business, sing them damn songs, and shut the hell up. Shit.
Well, with Brandon and Monica's The Boys Mind tour kicking off next month, many fans were curious to know if the duo would ask concert goers to adapt a certain dress code, with the pair coming up with a bossy suggestion that speaks to their positions in the music game. In a post shared to Monica's Instagram page Thursday, September 18th, she relays to followers that she and Brandy would love to see their fans wear suits and or elements of dress attire, accompanied by a snap of the two songsters decked out in very different interpretations of the theme. Let me see if I can do my best Monica impression. Um, Women in suits represent strength, power, and unity. If these images are inspiring to you, be sure to dress accordingly during the Boy Is Mine tour. Monica captioned in the carousel of inspo snaps. There is no boy, just bosses, she added, tagging her tour partner. And then photos of Tiana Taylor, Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, and others rocking suits were also added to give fans a few ideas. So yeah, that's something.
Look, I know everybody want Beyonce's juice because Beyonce ain't required nobody to dress up like a cowboy. That was organic. People did what they wanted to do. You can't just be telling.
None of her tours, people just dress for a theme. I mean, that's because they're fans. She never instructed anybody to wear
Anybody.
anything. They do
Yes.
they do it because they want to.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
So,
funny that y'all mentioned that because they actually mentioned that in this article here because it says that of course she's gotten some like a lot of the fans like, well, wait a minute, girl, what you talking about? I'm not wearing no suits to no hot ass concert. So it says Monica later dropped a remark within the comment section clarifying that fans asked for the dress code and that the suit idea is more of a suggestion than a rule. And she says,
okay.
please add that we were asked repeatedly how we should dress. LOL. Mo said 90s. I said too easy. Let's have fun with it. Not formal, not mandatory. Make it you. It could be sneakers, slacks, shorts, and boots, white shirt and a tie with denim. Do you or don't? The Atlanta singer wrote. And this is where it talks about Beyonce. While concert goers have always followed the headliner's lead when it comes to attire, Beyonce's 2023 Renaissance Tour solidified dress code as part of the live show experience as she asked fans to don silver ensembles and later Western wear for her 2025 Cowboy Carter Tour. And then it said it won't stop with B, however, as several fans of Megan Thee Stallion attended her 2024 Hot Girl Summer Tour rocking anime costumes. And why Mary J. Blige, I'm so glad Favorite Tours is not here right now. While Mary J. Blige's supporters couldn't help but to wear their boots for her 2025 For My Fans tour.
We don't need that type of negativity right now. I mean, if this is what fans are doing these days, God bless them. Okay, well, I'm glad that they weren't trying to make this some type of requirement, and
Don't
she
need no
clarified.
hateration, holleration, if necessary.
Yes, honey. Well, and speaking of more Brandy news, well, we just talked about Monica, so let's talk about Brandy. Because y'all remember not too long ago, I think it was back in January, we actually talked about her writing a memoir, or a memoir. Her memoir was coming out soon.
Mm.
Well, she finally just announced the cover and the name of it, and it's called Phases. And y'all see, I have this
Phases.
phases. Yep, like phases of the moon. I guess I
Uh,
guess maybe a tribute to full moon, maybe, or a tribute to you. You who knows? Are you and Brandy
y-
friends? Y'all cousins?
I mean, we did grow up together in
Yeah.
school. I mean,
Well, it says here from Vibe, Brandy unveils date and cover of new memoir, Phases. So Brandy's long-awaited memoir, Phases, is almost here. Hanover Square Press announced on Thursday, September 18th, that the book, co-written by Garrett Kennedy, will hit shelves on March 31st of 2026 and unveiled its cover. From her Macomb, Mississippi upbringing to landing her first record deal at the tender age of 14, going platinum at 15, starring in a hit sitcom, and making history as the first black actress to portray a Disney princess, the book will cover all of the singer's decorated highs and previously shielded lows. She was like, I can't do no Brandy impression, so I'm not even going to try. But she says, I'm finally excited to finally share my full story in the book form. Brandy said in a statement. She later expressed on Instagram, "This project has been such a personal journey for me, and seeing it come to fruition like this feels surreal. Life has taken me through so many highs and lows, twists and turns, and each phase has shaped who I am today. I hope my story resonates with you, reminding us that even in the toughest times, there's light on the other side. Let's embrace every phase together." And it's a really cute cover. Hold on, let me it's available for pre-order now.
Hmm.
Let me
I
see.
wonder if she gonna talk about Ray J. You know, they done fell out.
I wouldn't see why not, because he's a huge part in Ray J is a huge part in hip hop and pop culture. Let's be honest. Like in any major thing that has to do with hip hop, it has actually been proven that Ray J had something to do with it
Which is
or was
the
part of it in some way.
weird as hell. Which is weird. Like
Even down
what?
to the Tupac and Biggie beat, Ray J was the start.
When he was a
Like,
teenager. Shit, he
yeah.
wasn't even grown.
Oh, I guess should we say allegedly? Allegedly, I mean, yeah, just
Allegedly.
yeah, because you know that Capricorn like to sue, but yeah, I wouldn't see why not, especially like when he was the one. I actually find it odd because he was actually the one that was really vocal about Brandy and Monica going back out on tour, but because them girls didn't want to, but they're doing it now because it's a recession indicator, I think. But she actually had to block Ray J because he was running his mouth online talking about, yeah, we would love to see that, and Brandy was already like, look, leave that alone. So I wouldn't see why she wouldn't talk about him. And probably she would, and quiet as it's kept, she was probably forced to add his ass on Moesha. She probably did not want to, and her mama was her manager at the time, and she was probably like, "Girl, talk to the people so you can get your brother on your show." Because
Or she
listen,
talked to the people.
that Dorian character added absolutely nothing to Moesha. He did
But
nothing but
that
mess the
didn't they
show
give
up.
him his little but the little show he had for that little bit of time?
Um,
He was able to I think they spun that off of him having his own show.
no.
You don't remember that?
Well, no, I remember his show, but I don't think that was. I don't think that him playing Dorian was the reason.
I meant not like, it was getting him in the sitcom so they could, how people do. Oh,
Oh yeah,
he on Brandy's show. Look how good he was. Let's, pitch a show that he could do his own.
girl, you sound like Lil Kim. Hey, wait a minute, ain't that Brandy's brother? But yeah, he
I can't
ruined
believe he messed
Moesha.
with Lil Kim and Whitney Houston. That's weird. I don't know how he. I
Girl had Whitney Houston fussing out Stacey Francis at a Grammy party. Like, do you, uh, huh?
what? What? And
Don't get me started on the
and
Ray
what
J
you
now.
call it? And Corinne Stephens. Like, who is like where? How Ray J Weasel is into all of these situations? How?
Child. Well, so y'all, this next story, honey, let's get into it. So remember, we first started talking about David Geffen and his ex, Donovan,
Oh,
Donovan Michaels, honey. Remember, we started talking about them what on Memorial Day and how, and I kept saying that this divorce was going to get messy and especially after finding out that there was no prenup,
ugh, that's
honey.
tough.
So, child, and it's about to get even tougher, child. So y'all say I just shared this TMZ link. David Geffen says he's down to pay estranged husband, just wants to be single. So it's safe to say that Donovan like got a bag, honey. Well, David Geffen says he's ready to move on from his marriage and be an unmarried man again, and he's even prepared to cut some big checks to his estranged husband. In new legal docs obtained by TMZ, the billionaire says he's willing to pay his estranged husband, David Andrew Armstrong, aka Donovan Michaels, up to $50,000 a month in spousal support. The catch here, Geffen says the payment should only last for 12 months and be retroactive to their split, adding he should get credit for whatever he shelled out already. So Geffen claimed he's already shelled out $200,000 in cash to Armstrong since they separated back in February, and he says he paid almost $200,000 for the guy to go to rehab. What's more, Geffen says he's allowing Armstrong to live rent free in a $15,000 a month apartment he owns in Manhattan's Upper East Side. And he says the guy has $5 million in art, jewelry, and watches that Geffen bought. We broke the story. Geffen filed for divorce in May, and there is no prenup. In the new docs filed by Disco Queen Laura Wasser, Geffen said he's made every effort to resolve the spousal support war, but he says mediation didn't work out and claims Armstrong tried to extort him with a smear campaign in the media. Geffen also pointed out that he was 80 and retired for more than a decade when he tied the knot with a much younger Armstrong, and he says that they didn't accumulate any community property during their 23-month marriage. In other words, he says even though he might get some spousal support, Armstrong ain't entitled to a split of his reported $8.7 billion fortune. In a separate filing, Geffen is asking the court to terminate the marriage and make him single in the eyes of the law. He says marriage is undoubtedly irremediably broken down, and he no longer desires to be married to Armstrong. Geffen says he wants to be unmarried ASAP. So, ooh, honey.
So it happens to straight men and straight rich men and straight or gay rich men. They go for these young. Clearly, they using you. Clearly, because you 80 and this man is like 20 something. Let's be fucking for real.
And
And
why
gave
would
it
you have a prenup?
like you were being dumb. You got
That's
dickmatized, dummy.
big dumb. And you got eight
Like
million
how you be in
dollars.
the industry that long?
Yeah, that was stupid right there.
And
But
Donnie
that's
was
what them.
tearing that. He was probably tearing that old pussy up, honey. For him to want to sit there and still let that man stay in that $15,000 a month apartment, honey, he must have been knocking it down and through the mattress, honey.
Apparently, because he did sign no prenup like an idiot. How you that old and you been in the game this long and you didn't do that? Like
I
you
mean, I
set
don't
yourself
think
up.
he's entitled to half his fortune. As you said, they were
No.
only married 23 months. But the fact that you out here got to fight this because you didn't have a prenup, it's like,
Yeah.
what is wrong with you?
I mean, granted, I mean, maybe he liked you enough, but honey, he was there to get some money.
And
Mm,
getting
It ain't
it.
like y'all grew old together. That man showed up and said, I can knock it down and I want some cash.
and he knocked it down. And he got some cash, and now he's getting $50,000 a month. His spouse for.
Right. He won. He went and did the mission is complete.
Hmm. Hey, hey, listen, I ain't gonna never feel sorry for no rich white man, honey. I'm sorry. I don't. Hey,
Now, I don't
I'm.
feel sorry for him. I'm just saying
Oh, I
he's
don't feel sorry for him, but
dumb
I
as hell.
definitely mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Cause you too damn old to be that damn stupid. You should know better. I don't have no sympathy for that.
Mm-mm.
Same here. Well, speaking of gay relationships and people who should know better, Young and May. Do y'all remember not too long ago she had a messy thing with one of her quote unquote exes, and she put footage out there of Young and May like being in the hospital and going through some
That
things.
was nasty work. Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess Young and May didn't think it was nasty enough, honey, because her ass looks like it's she's rekindling things with that girl.
Well, women, and she's
In
just because she's a
love.
stud, don't stop her from being a woman.
She in love, honey. She's in love.
Oh my God. I'm like, girl, do y'all be looking at red flags and think it's a parade going on? Like, what is happening?
Apparently.
So y'all see where it says Young and May rekindles the ex who rekindles with the ex who leaked her health issues. So Young and May is back on good terms with her ex-girlfriend who leaked that she was going through health issues earlier this year. The woman shared a concerning video of Young and May on social media from 2023 in which she appeared hospitalized and having difficulty speaking. When I first met you, you ended up like this within the next few weeks, telling me how you've been sick but was hiding it from me. This was our Valentine's Day. You in the hospital twice with me. The girl captioned the clip. I got you to where you are now. I nursed you up every day, all day, and didn't even know you. Let's be real. I left you. I had to leave you alone because you wasn't going. I'm sorry, you wasn't doing nothing but holding me back. You didn't like me having motion and didn't like me making money. You hated on me. Telling my full story in a few. We had no relationship problems. Only when I would get to looking cute and getting money, this girl would only be with me if I'm broke and not looking my best. So on Wednesday, Live Bite shared a playful video of Young and May and the girl getting ready together. In the comment section, fans expressed their concern for the two getting back together. I don't like her spirit or her energy. This gonna be the one to set her up for a permanent downfall. Shaking my head, one user wrote. Another wrote, nah, at some point you gotta let those ops go. I agree with both of those comments, honey. So, after the girl in question originally leaked the video of Young and May in the hospital, the rapper addressed the situation in a video on social media. She revealed that the girl took it back to 2023 during a vulnerable moment. That was 2 years ago. You know what I mean? I had an unfortunate situation in my life, and I got sick. I got really, I'm sorry, I got sick. I got really sick. You understand? It's not really too much to say on it, she said at the time, as caught by Blavity. It's something I already spoke about. You feel me? I got a whole music video talking about it. Something I express in my music video often. You know what I mean? I'm a human. We go through things. We make mistakes. You feel me? I just didn't expect this person to do that. But it is what it is. I don't even know what to say. All I can do is let God handle it. All right, girl. If you say so, honey, you better watch your girl. You better watch your fucking back, girl, for real. Like this is somebody that do something like that to you and wants to publicly humiliate you and putting your health problems out there. That is not somebody who has your back, and it's really not somebody you need to rekindle with. So, but hey, you grown.
You right, Auntie. When you right, you right.
I would never. I would never. That
Mm-mm.
person, I
That's a
wouldn't even.
betrayal.
Your ass is blocked. I'm blocking everything down to your email, honey, and I might even block your mama's number because I don't want her to try to call me through you. Nope.
I mean, telling people I don't even know you, and I did that. Ooh, people just don't have social media, man. People just don't keep nothing to themselves. They just like to blast everybody and
Yep.
put everybody in their business. Mm-mm-mm. Wish them well.
Well, wish them well. That is that on that, honey. But we know, honey, it ain't gonna be well, and you need to leave that girl and kick her ass to the curb. But okay. Well, did y'all know that it was New York Fashion Week? I was totally reminded, honey. I was looking at some posts on Facebook, and I saw that it was New York Fashion Week. But are y'all familiar with a fashion designer by the name of Sergio Hudson, a black gay fashion designer
Mm-mm.
who's just as cute as he want to be and looks like a little teddy bear? Well, anyway, I have this link from Vibe where because he was actually speaking out about how black A-listers don't usually like to work with him, and he feels that they do that because they're looking for white adjacency. And I was like, you know what, Sergio, you're right, and you need to say it. So
Sorry,
y'all
I
see,
was away from my phone. And yes, I know the Sergio. Yes, honey.
okay,
Yes.
honey, ain't but one. Well, y'all see where it says here, Sergio Hudson clarifies remarks about black A-listers prioritizing white New York Fashion Week shows. So Sergio Hudson sparked a heated conversation this week when he questioned why more black A-list stars weren't sitting front row at black designer shows, including his, during New York Fashion Week. His words, shared in an Instagram story on Monday, September 15th, quickly caused a social media scene. In the now deleted post, the renowned fashion designer who's created looks for Beyonce, Kiki Palmer, Michelle Obama, and more didn't hold back his thoughts. My answer to why some black A-listers didn't come to my show, even though they were here, white adjacency is a hell of a drug, he declared. I pray my brothers and sisters get healing one day. He right. So after much commentary, Hudson hopped back on Instagram the next day, September 6th, insisting that his words weren't coming from a place of bitterness. Hey everyone, I just want to clear the air a bit after a simple story I posted seemed to have gone viral. Let me be clear, I'm not upset, hurt, or complaining at all, he wrote. My show was well attended by people who love me and our brand. Industry pros, celebrities, my amazing clients, and the press all showed up to support. His spring 2026 ready to wear presentation was filled with star power from Mary J. Blige, Sherry Shepherd, Jordan Childs, and Love Island's Alandria hitting the runway. Hudson doubled down on his original point, explaining that his comment came after being asked repeatedly why certain black celebrities show up for some brands but not others. Honestly, the only answer I can give is that some folks, maybe consciously or subconsciously, believe that white adjacency brings more relevance. He explained. I pray one day my brothers and sisters learn that we bring relevance to brands, not the other way around. This is a lesson I'm continuing to learn myself every day. Some users agreed with his sentiments, while others accused him of hypocrisy. Critics noted that he too has faced backlash for not consistently casting black models in his campaigns. One Threads user commented, Sergio has been talking about this since he came out. He was saying black celebs weren't wearing his clothes, so I asked him why didn't his models on his website look like the women he wanted to dress in Hollywood, and he made excuses as to why he didn't have black models. It seems like he's playing that game as well. He's insanely talented, but it's like the pot calling the kettle. Um, Others rallied behind him, applauding his honest spiel. He's right because last year black influencers were complaining about no invites to other shows, yet they don't show up to a black man who is inclusive and invited you, one supporter wrote. Another chimed in with their take on how they would handle the criticism. I wouldn't have posted anything just when they come to get clothes, charge double. Hudson summed up his post admitting that he hates to have to address this on such a joyous week, but he couldn't sit back while outlets ran with a wrong narrative. So yeah, he's right, and he needs to say it. These blacks they know they know he's right. They just don't want to say it. They don't want to look like sellouts. But you know, y'all are quick to go to some white person's or some non-black person's thing before you support your black brothers and sisters first. You know you will. And y'all not gonna sit here try to gaslight him and act like he's. But then that one person did eat him up about like him not having the black models. They were like, "Well, honey, you sitting there talking about that? Why don't you have black models on your website? Be the change you want to see." So,
They did eat on that one, but I mean, doesn't mean that what he said isn't true.
hmm yes, honey.
We
Well,
always can do better, all of us.
we all can, honey. I just, white adjacency has never been like. And let me just start by saying, I have no problem with white people. Some of them are cool. I don't like. But I've never rushed. So, and I think that's probably because I come from such a pro-black family that I've never like rushed to be in a white space. Like it just didn't seem like fun to me. They don't seem fun. They don't seem like places I want to be. And ultimately, a lot of them ended in violence towards non-black people. So I just never really. But I mean, I guess like in Hollywood and stuff, baby, if I happen, because y'all know one of my dreams is to become a well-known actor. If my audience does not ever reach outside of Tubi, black watchers on Tubi, I will be totally fine with that. But I guess everybody doesn't think like me, so
No,
You
and
are
I
well
get it.
known. Can I get your autograph though?
yeah, yeah.
And Auntie, I feel you because I grew up in a very white state,
Okay, friends.
and
I can't prove. Most of my followers came from me thrifting, doing style
Hmm?
hacks, maybe a little.
What happened?
oh, that's somebody TV caught up. Um, no, I was just saying I understand, and neither have I. I've never been. I mean, here you couldn't go nowhere. You couldn't even go to your grandmama's house and not have at least one white person there. Everywhere you go, they in everything. So when I moved down south and folks was segregated by choice, and I went to out on with my black friends, and I was like, wait, there ain't no white people. They was like, this ain't they night, and I was like, they got a whole night and they don't come over here. They was like, no. I said, I ain't never going back home. That's what I
Oh,
said.
hello.
When I was 19, I said, "Oh, they don't come over here." Oh,
Baby. And one thing I love about like when people who weren't raised in predominantly black spaces or weren't raised by like have like pro black such pro black family members and stuff is that when they go because a lot of them tend to go to HBCUs and baby when they go there a lot of them tell the same story they be having the time of their lives, honey. So
now mind you, I still grew up in a time where black folks. I grew up in a black community. We just because it's saturated with white people, you didn't have that luxury of just not being around them at some point in the day. But and it's a very I did grow up in a very pro black and um I know you weren't specifically talking about me, but I wanted to clarify anyway.
you're right, girl. No, I won't even talk about you at all.
I know, but I was like, let me clarify for somebody want to get the wrong idea. I know you weren't talking about me, but also let me set that
No, I
straight.
was definitely not talking about my gorgeous moon, honey. To all those listening.
But yeah, so um, yep, it's a crazy thing that proximity to whiteness um has these people out here being crazy.
Hmm.
I hope
Well,
we get delivered from that one day.
I would love for it too, honey, but I'm also realistic. If I feel like if it ain't happened by now, well, especially during like the peak pro blackness, I think in through the '60s, through the '90s, like if it ain't happened by now, child, I don't have no faith in my baby. I love us, but I let history be my guide. So
There's I scrapped the song. But there's a song that I said like a bitch literally hand me flowers in my hand. Because there was this one time I said with a bitch, right? I'm like, I feel like you had a problem with me. It's like
Miss
actually oh my
Libra,
God, I actually had a
Miss
problem with you.
Libra,
That's what you had a
What you
problem with me.
doing,
This
Quinn?
is not
you,
something to have a problem about, baby. Like we could have been talking about it. This is really minor. Like, are you sure? And it's like,
well, she was probably playing it because I ain't gonna listen to that shit on my own. So,
but
so that's probably why she wanted. Maybe she wanted to let me hear a little clip. Like, well, he didn't want to hear this, so maybe he needed to hear this. Well, let's talk about some celebrity offspring, some kids, honey.
oh Lord.
So, well, we've been talking quite a bit about Rashida's son, Rashida and Kirk Frost's son, Kai Frost.
Mm.
Well, we have an update. I have this TMZ article, and you all should see where it says here, "Love and Hip Hop star's son cleared by cops in T Hood shooting. DA decision
What?
next." He
Wow.
was cleared. Yep.
Oh,
So the T Hood fatal shooting case is wrapping up on the police end because cops believe the gunman acted in self-defense. But he's not out of the woods yet because prosecutors could still charge him, TMZ Hip Hop has learned.
mm.
First, here's a little refresher. Tevin Hood, aka T Hood, was shot and killed by Kai Frost, the son of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta stars Kirk Frost and Rashida Frost, during an altercation at a residence in Gwinnett County, Georgia in August. After weeks of investigating, the Gwinnett County Police Department has concluded its probe and is finalizing its report to be sent to the DA, who will make the final call on whether to charge Kai. But if you ask the police, Kai should not face any charges because he acted in self defense. According to a police spokesperson, Tevin was the primary aggressor that night, which kicked off with him starting a fight with Kai and pulling out a firearm. Kai allegedly brandished his own gun, but was quicker on the draw and fatally shot Tevin. The police spokesman said Tevin had also been the aggressor in previous domestic violence incidents with his girlfriend, Kai's sister. We'll now have to wait to see what the DA says. And we saw that in the video that we saw quite a few. Well, I think we saw like two different videos of him like brutally attacking Kelsey.
Mm.
But yeah, the
Mm-mm.
police said, yeah, he acted in self defense. So that's what they put in their report, and that's what they sent to the DA.
Mm,
So,
I'm
oh,
not surprised.
me either, honey. But I'm sure it's probably going to be, and I'm sure that's probably why like Kelsey's friend and those videos resurface because I'm sure people will probably say, "Oh, well, he only got off because he's Kirk and Rashida's son. Kirk and Rashida probably got to deal
They
with the
ain't
Atlanta
stalking
police."
nobody.
And I mean, well, quiet as it's kept, Rashida is like when she says that she's Georgia or Atlanta royalty, rather, she's not playing. Like they really do go up for her in Atlanta. So I'm
Okay,
sure
black folks or what? I mean, because white folks don't care.
what Black Atlanta folks. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
If he did the murder, I mean, that wouldn't stop it.
Yeah.
If he was guilty of murdering that dude. But if it's self defense, it's self defense. I mean, sounded
Hmm.
like self defense.
Yep. From day
Really
one.
did.
Family probably still gonna do a civil suit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, I got three more stories left. So now our next story is about another celebrity's child, Ghostface Killer's son, who
Oh,
goes by the name of Infinite Coles. Now, before we even start, I was actually even telling Chill before we started recording that this is how you know I have been like looking at celebrity news for a very, very long time. Media Takeout actually used to be one of my favorite websites. And I remember back in 2008, they actually reported a story about Ghostface Killer's son, like being feminine and or suspecting him of being gay and stuff. This was back in
mm-hmm.
2008 and then or maybe even 2007 rather. But some noise was made, and ultimately, Media Takeout ended up removing the post about his son. So
Mm,
I just found that to be very interesting back at that time. But yeah, we most of us who have been paying attention, we kind of know that Ghostface Killer's son, Infinite Coles, we knew he was part of the community. But now he's making music, and he's talking about his experience with his daddy, honey. And boy,
mm.
oh boy, he is telling
Oh,
his
all
story.
bad, all bad.
Well, I won't say all bad, just complicated. And it's and if you are queer or if you are a feminine boy, with a relationship with your father, you kind of know this is not unusual. So y'all see where it says here by way of all hip hop, Ghostface Killer's son, Infinite Coles, confronts father with emotional new songs. So Ghostface Killer's son, Infinite Coles, is pulling back the curtain on his complicated relationship with his father. The rapper has two newly released songs that make for an interesting mixture. He dropped Sweet Face Killer and Dad and I to get his point across. On the tracks, Infinite Coles doesn't shy away from naming the pain he feels. How are you in a Mack truck but forget you as a father? Is it me? Am I not your cup of tea? Are my pants not low like your self esteem? Do I need to fuck a bitch so you can see? He raps. The contrast between Ghostface's larger than life persona and his alleged absence in the role as a father seems to hurt Infinite the most. Then there's the other side where he says, "You told me to man up when I wear makeup. Can you love me now?" Powerful. The lyrics underscore a struggle that goes beyond one family. Infinite has been carving out his own lane in music with a sound that bounces between R&B and alternative influences. He took to rapping, I suppose, to get his point across. Let us not pretend that he has not been very open about his sexuality and his father. The old school hip hop world has predicated on toughness and very traditional masculinity. That was dominant, and now it seems fluidity is more the thing, quote unquote. For Ghostface, a Wu Tang Clan icon, his son's words sound like a direct challenge. I am wondering if this will ever resolve itself because it feels like we get an open letter to a father every year or so. The plea, "Can you love me now?" is universal. I wonder how it will land with Ghostface, who just dropped another album. Whether Ghostface responds publicly or not, Infinite Coles has made his statement clear. I hope he can get past this either way. If his dad never likes him or accepts him, he's going to have to figure that out. This has gone on for years. Yep, you're right about that. Turn a personal struggle into a personal flashpoint because it may never be the cultural one. So, and I'm just gonna play a clip of the song. It's actually a little short clip, and y'all see him. And give me 1 second. Let me share my screen. Hey, we'll see you later. All right, and let's go ahead and play. You got problems. I'm the right bitch to start
From how your body count up, but your pockets is starving. How you in the Mac truck, but forget you a father. I be seeing niggas saying, but I don't even bother. Is it me? Am I not your cup of tea? Are my pants not low like your self-esteem? Do I need to fuck a bitch just so you can see? What shock your count on you, just like my EBT? Now that would eat, but I'm still hungry. You'll be surprised what I do when I'm hungry. Might be a pretty bitch, but I ain't scared to get ugly. Pop you like Josie, I ain't talking about the bubbly, nigga. Yeah, don't get it twisted. I think the switch first. I'll be that nigga, then the next I'm that nigga's bitch. I don't give a fuck about what you saying. This shit.
Bitch, that was so pussy. Honey. When I tell you, I live for butch queens and rap. Hunt my butch queens and my trans girls and rap. I love, love, love y'all. I said when I first saw it, I said, "Oh, this bitch better eat. Oh, he's coming. He's got something to say." So shout out to him. But yeah,
Look,
this
the
has been
beat
going
was
on for
not
quite some
bad. The
time.
the flow, the vibe. I'm like, okay.
Hmm.
But unfortunately, I doubt his homophobic daddy will ever come around and act like he got some fucking sense. But that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and again, like I said, hun, this is even me down to me personally, hun. I think a lot, even down to my friends, a lot of us like have this complicated relationship. That's what the homophobia, Christofascism. That's what it gets. So that's just something we have to navigate. And unfortunately, there's a lot of I can clearly see that Infinite has unlearned a lot of things that he was taught um, growing up. So and I'm happy for him because a lot of people don't unlearn. I know I didn't unlearn a lot of shit until like my late 20s, early 30s. So I'm just happy to see that. I know I do see a lot of like young queer kids these days, like really understanding who they are, and I think we've not given them the language to do that, to express themselves, and I love it. I love it. So I want to see more butch queens in rap. So well, let's talk about another butch queen in rap, Jaden Smith, who happens to be another another celebrity son that we're going to talk about. But y'all may have heard about this news, but congrats to him, honey. Well, first of all, Will Smith is just one of my. I happen to. A lot of people call him corny, but I love Will Smith and his family. I love Jada. I love Willow. I halfway love Jada. He be getting annoying sometimes with that fake gay shit, um, but he's doing big things with Louboutin, honey. So y'all see, I just shared this link from Vibe. It says Jaden Smith named Christian Louboutin's first men's creative director. Baby doing big things. Go ahead, Jaden.
Look like he got a
So,
hang
Oh, Jaden got
out
him a big boy
head.
job.
mhm.
I'm sorry, Joe. Go ahead. Say that again.
Look like he got a clothes hanger wrapped around his head.
Yeah, that was at the Met Gala. That was.
He said,
Mm.
"No more wire hangers." So, well, Jada Smith has a new job, just like my gorgeous moon said, a grown folks job. The multi hyphenate has been named as the first creative director for Christian Louboutin's men's, announced by the designer's brand on Wednesday, September 17th. The appointment marks a significant milestone in the evolution of its men's universe. As described, the 27-year-old will oversee the creation of 4 collections annually across men's shoes, leather goods, and accessories. The memo continued to detail the job as shaping a distinctive visual and emotional universe that extends beyond product design to encompass campaigns, events, and immersive experiences. His debut collection will be revealed during Men's Fall Winter 2026 Paris Fashion Week in January. He says, let me see if I can do my best Jaden impression. Merging the vision with Christians come quite naturally because we see the world in a very similar way. There's a shared respect for creative freedom, and I think that's why it works. Yeah, I don't think that sounds. I
They
don't think
still
that. He goes on to say, "I want to continue the story, honoring the past while shaping the future through my own perspective. It isn't just the title; it's a creative home," expressed the actor in a statement shared on Instagram. Christian has given me a place to explore, to learn, and to create freely. His legacy is built on hard work and joy. I want to carry that forward. The founder of the famed Red Bottom Footwear shared similar excitement with WWD. Dressing for him is an adventure, he shared with the fashion outlet of Smith. It's a form of communication. It's thoughtful, but it's playful. There are very few people that I find it surprising the way he puts things together. He arrived before the idea of a creative director, Louboutin continues to explain. It's not because I needed a creative director, it's because of him, in fact. And so it happened like that. The day I said it to myself, he'd be a great person to work with was the day I realized that I had been studying him without realizing it. I saw him interacting with people. He's very well mannered, super respectful, and curious. And those, for me, are values or qualities that are important. Now, I don't know about y'all, but it sounds like Louboutin is in love, honey.
And it probably is, but hey.
And if I didn't know for a fact that Jada Smith was straight, I would think they was fucking. But you know what? And the reason I
What is Jaden ain't a little bi?
hell no, honey.
That was all fake. All of it.
All just like Tyler the Creator, honey. They are fake gay. And quiet as
Oh,
and if
that's
I wake it up and say that it's that LA shit, people will try to probably maybe throw rocks at me. But listen,
well. I mean, that's where I guess all
but
the fake gays live. I
I
don't know.
and I want y'all to see this campaign. Like it's about I want maybe a minute long, like 55 minutes, seconds long. And y'all just see how Louboutin just said all these kind words like, "Oh my God, I didn't need the creative director for because I needed one. I wanted it because of him. The way he put things together, directed with him is an adventure. Da 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 da."
Oh yeah, that's his new boo.
I want y'all to look at this shit, honey, because that's why I think they probably is fucking, or maybe Jaden might be letting Louboutin lick it a little bit, allegedly. I don't know, but the way this campaign look, honey, you tell me what y'all think. Hold on.
Good luck, Louboutin.
You see what men
Girl,
do for pussy, bussy. You see what they do. You see what they
okay.
do.
Yeah, Jaden has to be happy. He might be letting Louboutin lick the head or something, honey. Because when I was watching it, I was like, "Wait a minute, what the hell just happened?" And it almost blew my high. I said, "I just smoked me a good old spliff." And you sit here, this shit almost blew my high. Like, oh my god, what is going on? I'm, and
I didn't expect anything great.
I did, especially with the way that Louboutin was talking about him. Especially if he's going to be named the first men's creative director. I was expecting like something to be like, oh my God, what's going, baby?
Honey,
Now,
when you in love, you do crazy things. Come on. Come on
yeah,
now. Just like David married some young little man without fucking freedom. Pussy and Bussy will fuck these men up every time.
every single time.
Oh, men are men. They are so.
Yeah. Well, y'all, this last story, I want to end it on because it's been so much heavy news and stuff. I wanted to end it with a hilarious story. I found this story
Oh, that was.
so funny, y'all. No, that wasn't the last story. This one
No,
here is.
I said that was a comedy story.
Oh, you
Sorry.
stupid.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me be quiet.
You are a mess. Well, honey, this story here, honey, I got from Hollywood Unlocked about a New Orleans inmate. Now, if y'all can imagine, now I'm not even putting this on knock on wood. I don't ever want to have to do 20 years in prison.
Oh,
But
no.
if you were doing 20 years in prison and you just feel that there's no hope, would you do things such as like maybe throwing your doo doo on one of the correction officers?
Oh, I
Would,
mean.
Because that's what this New
What?
Orleans inmate did, honey, and now he has life because of it.
Oh,
So y'all see, I just shared this Hollywood Unlocked article where it says New Orleans inmate sentenced to life after throwing feces at corrections officers. So, so a New Orleans inmate has been sentenced to life in prison after he attacked corrections officers by throwing feces during a security round inside the BB-60 Rayburn
ugh,
Correctional Facility.
ugh.
According to WDSU, 37-year-old Tamarcus Porter was already serving 20 years for multiple convictions when the attack happened. On June 10th, during his battery trial, prosecutors described how Porter refused to follow instructions from officers, reached into his toilet, and hurled human feces at them.
Oh God, I almost got sick. Don't do, don't. Mm-mm.
One officer was hit in the face, arms, and legs, while another was struck in the head and shoulder.
Oh,
So, District Attorney Collie Sims confirmed Porter's conviction on battery charges, all adding to his already extensive record. He has now been sentenced to life in prison without parole.
oh,
Porter's prior convictions include manslaughter, 4 counts of aggravated battery, aggravated second degree battery, and 2 counts of contraband introduction into a penal institution.
mm.
Damn,
Um,
he ain't never coming out.
he
Well, he
never.
shouldn't have never had been able to come out in the first place, but now he solidified that.
Mhm.
Mm.
So, Porter's criminal history paints a violent picture. He had earlier convictions for sexual battery, second degree battery, and failing to register as a sex offender.
Oh,
His,
see ya.
his manslaughter conviction came from a case where the original charge was second degree murder. The
Mm,
victim, a German woman visiting New Orleans, was found severely decomposed in Armstrong Park. District Attorney Colin Sims said the sentencing reflects the seriousness of the crime and Porter's long history of violence. Attacking corrections officers with human waste was deemed a dangerous act that left both both victims traumatized.
you goddamn right. Oh my God.
The life sentence was also based on Porter's repeat offender status.
He should have been. He should have had it for the other stuff he did, but better late than never.
I was reading this. I said, I'm sorry, this man did what? And I just know those two officers were just like standing there frozen, like, uh.
Oh my God, I would have died. I would have in my face. Oh,
Well, y'all should have known, honey.
Thing they do.
This a nigga named Tamarcus, honey. This sound like
mm.
somebody with the like, girl, y'all better hide Tamarcus coming. Like this sound like somebody with that kind of energy, honey.
Debo coming.
Like, oh girl, Tamarcus coming. Oh, you better hide your pocketbook. Like that's what it's giving.
It does. Oh
And look like they
Lord.
would be right. Hide your pocketbook, hide your coochie. Matter of fact, just run and hide.
Same thing, Chip. Got it all.
Hide every last bit of it. Well,
Oh,
y'all, that was all the tea that I had for us today. So
What
before
an
we
ending.
so before we head out, and I wish you all a happy weekend. Did anybody have any tea that they wanted to
yes,
share? Anything I might have
yes.
missed?
I want to give an update since we've been on here. A judge threw out the New York Times lawsuit for Donald Trump.
Yay!
Just so
Yes.
y'all know, that got tossed. Good.
Yay!
Gotta celebrate the wins where we can.
Small win. Small win.
Well, thank you all for taking time out of your busy day to come to this Bonafide news program. Remember, this is a
Okay.
Bonafide. So,
Look, we are and is.
and is. And remember that we will be having politics with Auntie Derek and friends at Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You will not be able to get into the space without RSVPing and getting a passcode from us. And some of y'all is not going to be able to come up in there because I will be browsing your profiles on social media. And if your profile has any of that bullshit, you're not coming into the space to try to disrupt it. So this is good. I'm making this a safe space for people who want to come in and talk about the latest politics in the news, and we don't need any like unnecessary contrarians and people fake black conservatives. Like, no, we ain't having none of that.
Mm-mm.
So hit me up
And it
at
won't be
Auntie,
recorded.
and it will not be recorded. Thank you for reminding me. So hit me up at auntie@auntiederrick.com. Go to auntiederrick.com to RSVP. Or again, just shout out an email. The microphones will be limited as well. So if you want a microphone, if you want to add your brilliance to what we're talking about, you will have to send me an email with the subject speakers list and let me know your name and profile you'll be logging, whether it will be the Twitter profile, your TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever you're using to log into the session that day. Because I don't want anybody trying to think that they can, come in with anonymous profiles thinking they're going to disrupt my shit. I'm not the
No,
one.
it's not a
Or
debate.
the two.
Hello. So, but yeah, thank you all. We will be back on Monday as well at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. Now that one is public. You don't need a RSVP for that one. You just go to auntiedare.com. But in the meantime, you all have a fabulous weekend.
Bye,
You too, my
everybody.
loves.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.